Just before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is the best way to buy any Rocket League items or credits on any platform and at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXE to get yourself 3% off your order. I'm going to be giving away a White Octane every 1,000 subscribers on the channel. All you have to do is subscribe, like, turn on post notifications, and then finally head over to the Discord server. The link is in the description down below. And as soon as we hit 24k, there will be a White Octane giveaway set up. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video in episode 3 of trading from nothing all the way up to the White Apex. If you are enjoying this series, then please do make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm trying to hit 25k subscribers as soon as possible, so it would mean the world if you would just subscribe. It is free, and as always, we're going to be going for 200 likes on this video, and let's get into the first trade of Nothing to White Apex episode 3. Okay, so we're only 3 episodes in, but already we've made a ton of profit, and I'm getting back into trading. I've actually been making a ton of profit, especially in the last few days, and hopefully I can show that in some of the trades in this episode, because I'm trying to use some different methods, trying to buy some different items, which should lead to me getting some more profit as well. I did manage to sell on a black OEM in the first trade. Now, recently, these have been very hard to sell, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of items have been hard to sell. There's been a load of good items in the item shop recently as well, so that might be why credit demand is so high and items are a little bit hard to sell right now. But it's so easy to buy items for below their minimum value. It's just a little bit harder to sell them. Now, if you are experienced in this, then there are a few tips that I can give you to sell your items a little bit quicker. One of these tips is using trading apps such as RL Garage and RL Trading Post. The more places you list up your items, the higher chance you have of selling the items as more people are seeing them. I also do pick up a black standard in this trade. It has recently gone down, which obviously isn't too great for the market, but I believe at this time it was 150 credits below its minimum value. So if I manage to sell it for its minimum value, I am getting 150 credits profit. But I'm listing up every single item I have on RL Garage and RL Trading Post, but then I'm also using the Xbox Looking for Group section just to list a few items at a time, and this also will allow me to sell a little bit more items. But another thing I do is when I'm trying to sell my items, I start off with the easiest to sell items, just so that I can easily filter out the easiest ones to sell, if that makes sense, and then I'll eventually work my way up to the harder to sell items, just so that I'm clearing my inventory out as efficiently as possible. I'm getting more trades. That also keeps trading more interesting. I did also just sell on a Sky Blue Atomizer, which is really good because that is one of the hardest to sell items in my inventory, and I picked it up for 350 credits below its minimum value. So I think we made around 350 credits profit on that item alone. And I also do pick up another black OEM. This might have been a mistake because, as I mentioned earlier, they are very hard to sell right now, but I'm still picking it up for 150 below its minimum value. So I should be able to make 150 credits if I do sell it on for its minimum value. But for now, if anybody offers me black OEM, I'm just going to try and pick it up for 200 credits or more below its minimum value, because it's not really worth the amount of profit I'm getting right now with the amount of time it's taken to sell, because I'm literally spending an hour or more just trying to sell a black OEM, which doesn't lead to a lot of profit, but it also means I'm not getting a lot of actual content, so I can't really keep up with daily episodes at the moment for this series, which is a bit of a problem because I don't really have anything else to post right now. I want to keep on posting these daily episodes, but I'm going to have to change up the items I'm going for so that I can make a decent amount of profit but still get out daily uploads, because right now the most important thing for me is just to stay consistent. I have actually been quite successful at clearing out the inventory. I only have 5 items left, and 2 of those are going to be black OEM. The Forest Green Carbonator is probably going to be extremely hard to sell, and I'm not going to lie, I couldn't sell anything at this moment in time. I couldn't even sell the Forest Green Octane, which isn't too great, but I do pick up a Sky Blue Interstellar for 250 credits below its minimum value. Now, I don't know why, but people always struggle to sell their painted Interstellars. I really don't. I can sell them on really quickly, whether that is through RL Garage, RL Trading Post, or most of the time, I'm going to be honest, I sell them through the Xbox Looking for Group section, but I should be able to sell that painted Interstellar on for its minimum value. I don't ever think I've sold one for below its minimum value, and that should be 250 credits profit. This one is a bit of a basic trade, but I'm picking up a mainframe for 100 credits below the minimum value. Again, that'll be easy to sell for its minimum value. I might even be able to get a little bit more than the minimum value just because it has such a high demand, but most likely likely I'm going to be taking that minimum value just because I don't want to waste too much time trying to sell that one singular item, because I also want to sell on some of my other items such as the Octane, OEM, Zomba, and then eventually if I get round to it, the Painted Black Markets, because right now those are going to be the hardest to sell items in my inventory. And I am picking up another Painted Black Market. This is for 400 credits below its minimum value, and I was not going to turn down this offer because even if it does take days to sell, I'm going to be getting 400 credits profit from one item, which I think is the most I've got in this entire series from one item alone. So yeah, again, I'll just be listing that up on RL Garage, RL Trading Post, and trying to find a buyer, and I should eventually be able to find at least its minimum value. Usually I stick to one trading method where I'm buying and selling high demand items, which gets me around 100 credits profit per item, but recently I've been trying out this new method, which I've been doing for a while, but recently I've definitely been doing it less, and it's been buying and selling low demand items, so items not many people want and people struggle to sell these items, so I can capitalize on that, pick them up for way below their minimum value, and then eventually obviously I'll struggle to sell the item as well, but eventually I will find its minimum value and get a ton of profit as well. And this was a little bit of a weird trade. This guy only had 725 credits, but he did also put 8 big splashes in the trade, which are valued at around 70 credits each, so technically that adds up to like 500 credits. I'll only be looking for like 50 credits each, but even if I find that is going to be 400 credits for all of the big splashes, which takes his offer over 1,000 credits, which is pretty mad. I was only looking for 800, but I guess he just did sort of an item overpaid. Maybe he was desperate to get the mainframe. I don't really know what situation he was in, but yeah, it will be hard to sell those big splashes. There's loads of them on the market, but if I do eventually find a buyer, I should be getting quite a bit of profit. I also do manage to sell on another black OEM finally. This took ages, I'm not going to lie, but it's another 150 credits profit, which is pretty decent, so I can't really complain with that. The last few trades that you've seen in this episode have been filmed today as this video goes up, and I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling. I couldn't really sell many items. It literally took me hours to even get one trade, which isn't ideal, but I did finally get rid of the Forest Green Octane for 450 credits. I didn't want to be hypocritical. I wanted to get it sold for its minimum value, because I'm always telling you to sell your painted Octanes for their middle value, and if I back out here and sell it for its minimum value, then I've sort of failed. So I just had to look for the middle value for that item. We've made a decent amount of progress in this episode as well, but I've got to say it's definitely slowed down in about a week or so. Trading doesn't look too great right now. Hopefully it should improve going further into season 10, because at the start of every season credit demand is so high, it's very hard to sell items. We've definitely seen that at the start of this season as well, but hopefully like every other season it does sort of level out and items become easier to sell, because it is a struggle right now. I do also pick up yet another hard to sell black market, but this time 250 credits below its minimum value. Eventually again I should be able to find the minimum value for that item. I could even go for a little bit more because it has a very decent certification on it, and it is also Golden Gift 22, which is quite high demanded series. And then also I do pick up a Sky Blue Octane for 800 credits, just getting some more items in the inventory. The more items I have, the more items I can list up on RL Garage, RL Trading Post, and also the Xbox Looking for Group section, meaning I'm just getting more trades, I'm getting more content, and therefore I can pump out more videos, which is, like I've mentioned already, my goal so far. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Again, we've made a ton of profit in this episode. Painted black markets have been so good, especially in this episode, for making profit. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, then make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications as well. As always, let's go for 200 likes on this video. Comment White Apex if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me